Hey everybody, William Constantine here, and today I'm going to talk to you about sound. You know, we hear it every day in our lives, but what's the effect? Does it affect us? Does it have a profound impact on who we are and what we become and maybe how even we feel that day? Can it truly have a physical manifestation within our body? Can it cause us to do things? Can it cause us to feel certain ways? This is what we're going to be exploring in today's video. And the first place we're going to go is right here where you're at. What sounds do you hear? Are you at work? Do you hear the gossip that's going on in the office? Do you hear, if you're working in a doctor's office, do you hear the sounds of screaming kids or coughing kids or sickness? Wherever you are, listen to the sounds around you. How does that make you feel? You bogged down? Are you inundated? Are you weighted? Are you heavy? Are you disgusted? Or is it holding you down? Is it lagging you? Is it pulling on you? Is it tugging on you? All these sounds that you hear have a profound effect on your body and the way we feel about ourselves, how we interact with the world, and how the world interacts with us. I bet you never thought about that dynamic correlation between sound and how you're feeling or how you respond to certain things. I'll give you another example. You're driving in your car and a certain song comes on the radio, right? Sometimes all of a sudden your foot starts tapping, or your hands are tapping on the steering wheel as you're going, you know, and as you're driving along, you're suddenly, you know, getting all into the groove of things because the sound is what? It's moving you, it's compelling you to act a certain way, to feel a certain way. Does it take you back to a time and place where you had a particular memory or a particular fondness to that song? Does that song take you places? Does it cause you to feel certain things? I bet you never stop to think about that when you project things out into the world, your voice has a profound impact on the people that are around you receiving that projection. If you say something negative, it's going to affect the people in your energy vibration, right? The people that are around you in a negative way. And not only that, it's also going to affect them in the way that in which they process that particular sound and what that means to them. If I were to turn and say somebody was fat, that's going to not only affect the person who I'm calling fat, but it's going to affect the people that are around them, or the person that I'm calling fat, and it's going to affect A, their opinion of me, B, the opinion of that person. They might take on the projection that I just put onto this person and say, you know what, it really is fat, you know, or they might say, geez, he's a real jerk, you know. And I think that we go through these instances all throughout our life, and we've never really stopped to realize the effects that sound has on not only ourselves, but on others when we're projecting, and within ourselves. The way that sound has a direct correlation to how we feel, think, and act and respond to certain things. When you're driving in your car and somebody lays on the horn, no matter what the reason of them laying on the horn is, what's your initial reaction? Do you get angry? Do you get upset? Do you understand maybe? Does it really not affect you? Or do you want to turn around and flip them off? Would you turn around and choke them if they were in the same exact car with you and say, what the heck is your rush? Would you cuss them out? Are you the type of person who is on your phone texting and somebody lays on the horn and suddenly it becomes they're the bunghole for putting on the horn, but you suddenly transfer it to them? Like, geez, the light was only just green 2 seconds. It hasn't been like I've been sitting here for 5 minutes. You know, and all of a sudden you start yelling at them and getting angry with them when they had somewhat of a reason to lay on the horn. When somebody says something to you, how does that make you feel? I want you to start thinking about these things and really processing them. So, the assignment is, for the remainder of the week, I want you to write down the different sounds that you've heard and the direct correlation that they had and how that made you feel. If you went on a journey, I want you to tell me about it. All right, if you got enraged because somebody laid on the horn, I want you to tell me about it. If you went to the beach and you heard the crashing of the ocean on the beach and the birds, you know, flying above, and that type of thing, and it made you feel a state of peace and serenity and calm, I want you to tell me about it. If somebody says something to you and it makes you feel a particular way, I want you to tell me about it. I want you to write it down, and then I want you to email your responses to my email address, which I'll post in the description of this video, because I want to see what you've noticed with how certain things affect your body. When people say negative things around you, I want you to feel what that feels like with you. Sit with it for a moment. Don't respond to it, don't react to it, just sit with it and figure out how that makes you feel initially. Before you get to the responding point, before you get angry or frustrated, I just want you to sit with it and figure out how that made you feel, how that affected you. Did it affect you? Did it not affect you? I want you to write these experiences down, and then I want you to email them to me. What you're going to find is the direct correlation between the sounds that we hear and our emotional state and how we respond to certain things. So that's what I need you to record. What the sound was, what your response was, like what the initial sensation or feeling was, and then how you responded to it or how you reacted to it. And I want you to become more and more aware of how these things interact and affect you on a day-to-day basis. I know I've said it before and I wrote a blog about it, but if you say aloud to yourself, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, and you extend your arm like this, and you have a friend try to push your arm down while you're trying to resist. So you're going like this, and they're going like this, all right? Not using maximum strength, just like this. What's going to happen, you're going to find out when you do it, but your arm's going to go like this, right? And then when you say, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, or I'm good enough, I'm good enough, I'm good enough, then you do the same exact exercise. A friend goes like this, and you go like this, and this is what happens. You stay like this. Because why? What happens is the sounds that we hear have a direct effect on our physical makeup and our body and our consciousness. The things that we say aloud have an effect on those around us. The things that we hear have a direct effect on ourselves. So when you're constantly connected to negative people that are constantly saying negative things, how are you going to feel? Negative. You may even jump in with them and start saying negative things. If you're part of the gossip community and you're kibitzing all the time about crap and garbage that has nothing to do with you, and you're not making a positive impact in the world, then how's that going to make you feel? Think about it. If you compliment somebody, have you ever complimented somebody in such a way and got the butterfly sensation in your stomach? Have you ever complimented somebody and felt really, really good about the compliment because you saw the direct effect that compliment had on that person? If not, try it today. Compliment somebody today in a true, from the heart compliment. Not, I'm going to compliment you because William says I have to. I want you to compliment somebody from the heart, whether it's your kids and it's positive reinforcement, whether it's your spouse and you really just want to appreciate them for what they bring into your relationship. Figure out what to say and then figure out and feel how it feels to say stuff that has a positive implication in the world and in the lives of those around you. Not people that you just directly care about, but if you're at work and somebody's done a great job, you know what? Go over there, pat them on the back and say, hey, good job. I'm not saying make out with them. I'm saying go over there, pay them a compliment, pat them on the shoulder, give them a hug if it's acceptable, and, move on. But you know what's going to happen is you're going to feel better about yourself. They're going to feel better about themselves. And the whole interaction of the sound that has happened, of the sound of the compliment, is going to have a profound effect on that person and their day, and an effect on you and your day. Sound affects us. Namaste, everybody. Have a good day.